Hi, just a very quick review today of these TOTES Isotoner smarTouch gloves I received for Christmas. These are of course gloves which you can use with your smartphone, your iPad, your iPod, your iPhone, that sort of thing, without the need to obviously take your gloves off, keeping your hands all nice and warm. And it works by, as it says here, conductive thread on the thumbs, middle and index fingers. There you go, satisfaction guaranteed. Now, this is actually the second take of this video, and maybe a slightly more positive one than my first, because first impressions of these gloves really are pretty disappointing. I don't like giving bad reviews unnecessarily. I don't want to be unfair, so I did some reading around, and I found something which suggests maybe they're not as bad as my first impressions were. But we'll get onto that in a minute. So just looking at the gloves, they're fairly standard gloves. I actually received these as a gift for Christmas, which is very thoughtful. So I was very keen to give them a go. As it says on the middle index and thumbs, there's conductive thread. You can see it just woven into the tips there. Maybe not quite enough, which is a point I'll sort of draw back on in a minute. But obviously you've got the conductive tips there. If you look on the inside, obviously that thread goes all the way through. Not quite as exposed as it is on the front side. I guess, you know, the idea is that obviously your finger makes contact with it, and therefore the screen works. As I say, my first impressions were pretty poor on these. I tried them, you know, it was hit or miss whether any touch on the phone would register. You couldn't really even scroll across the screen or anything like that. And I wasn't impressed at all. Now, I did that review, basically said they're rubbish, but then I sort of got round to looking at other people's written reviews on Amazon, and it gave me a few ideas about what the problem was. Yeah, I don't think it's acceptable, but there is a way of getting these to work better. Now, as it says on the card here, is one size fits all. Never really true, is it? You know, one size fits not everyone perfectly. But what was suggested on Amazon was that the fingers were slightly long for some. So if you just pop them on fairly casually, you can see, you know, my medium-sized hand is only making contact with half of the woven area. Got a floppy end there, and as we remember from the inside, there wasn't that much coverage, so the contact wasn't awfully good when you just put them on very casually. Now let's see if I can demonstrate that. So if you go and scroll your phone, you know, 2 times out of 3 it works. Then if you go and maybe try and press a button, so we're going for the YouTube icon there, yeah, that's worked. But yeah, when you get down to typing in a search, you've got very little chance now. I started typing something there, I can't even get it to go back reliably. But if you pull them down nice and tight, which, you know, maybe slightly defeats the object, because I've probably had my glove off by now, but my hand is still warm, fair enough, then obviously you can type a bit easier. So if I try and type my channel name, Devon Review, oh, spelled it wrong. Well, you get the idea. You know, it isn't perfect, but it works a lot better if you just tuck your fingers down, because then you've got your full contact with the ends there. So, you know, the bad review is now turned into sort of a medium review, because there is a way of getting these to work pretty reliably, and actually typing on that small touch screen really wasn't that bad. Having said that, you know, the quality of these aren't brilliant. You know, you can start seeing things are fraying out there. There's a big bit of thread popping out there. You know, other comments on Amazon suggest that you start getting the holes in these pretty quick. So really, you're paying a fairly hefty premium on these for that, which doesn't actually work awfully well. But I'll give them a go. I'll see how they work. They're not as bad as I first thought they were. They do work. Having said that, this isn't new technology. This has been around a long time in one way or another, and I think there's probably better ways of doing it than having a woven thread, whether you can sort of have a silicone patch or anything like that. But I'm not overwhelmed by how good these gloves are. They do work. I can't recommend them, but I'll give them a further go. And if they remain bad, or if they fail, then you've got your satisfaction guarantee. So we'll see how they honour that. As you see there, £15 is the recommended retail price. The gloves themselves, probably a £5 worth of glove in terms of the quality of the glove itself. But then you've got the touch facility. So not a good review, not a complete damning review, but we'll see how they go. Okay, hope that's useful. Thank you. Bye.